If you've ever walked away from a conversation thinking, was she just being friendly, or was that something more? This video is your wake-up call. Because here's the truth most men miss. When a woman's desire is higher than she's willing to say out loud, it doesn't vanish, it leaks through in dozens of small, deliberate choices you can learn to read. Not manipulative games. Not impossible riddles. Clear, repeatable patterns. And once you know what to look for, you'll stop second-guessing, you'll stop overthinking, and you'll start meeting her where she already is emotionally, without being pushy, without being weird, and without talking yourself out of a moment that's right in front of you. Let's get something straight at the start. Confidence isn't about forcing a connection, it's about recognizing one. Women rarely spell it out, especially early, because we value safety, social grace, and plausible deniability. But that doesn't mean desire isn't present. It means the signals arrive wrapped in subtlety. The misunderstanding happens when men believe interest will always sound like, "Come talk to me." It won't. More often, it looks like proximity, rhythm, timing, and a kind of intentional softness in how she engages you. If you've ever thought, "Why didn't she just tell me?" understand that for many women, signaling is safer than stating. She opens a door. You decide whether to walk through it respectfully. Here's the promise. By the end of this, you'll know the difference between politeness and pursuit, between routine social nicety and a woman whose desire is more than you think. And you'll know, step by step, how to respond with calm, grounded presence so she feels lucky you noticed, not pressured that you did. First, let's talk about the temperature change. Picture a room buzzing with small talk. She's mid-conversation with a friend, you enter her space, and something shifts. The cadence of her words slows a fraction. Her laugh softens. The music didn't change, but the mood did, around you. That's not in your head. Desire often shows up as a micro pause, a slight recalibration of her attention that refocuses the moment toward you. She doesn't have to stop what she's doing, her nervous system already did. If you see this, you don't need a magic line. You need presence. Hold eye contact for a beat longer than usual. Let a relaxed smile meet your eyes. Then offer an easy bridge like, "You two sound like you've solved the whole week. I'm curious, what's the verdict?" You're not barging in, you're matching the new temperature she set. Second, watch for intentional orbit. Coincidence happens once. Interest repeats. If she's actively choosing your proximity, taking the open seat near you, drifting back into your line of sight, refilling her drink when you do, or lingering in your section of the venue after her friends wander, she's lowering the barrier to entry. Women who aren't interested manage distance with surgical precision. So if she keeps choosing closeness when separation would be easy, that's signal, not noise. Don't make it complicated. Use the shared environment. "Hey, you kept me from making a terrible decision," sitting by the speakers. "I owe you one. I'm your name." Natural, light, and timed to the proximity she created. Third, the eyes don't lie, but they do speak in dialect. There's the social glance, brief, unfocused, and gone, and then there's the returning look. She meets your eyes, breaks contact, and then comes back again with slightly dilated pupils, softened eyelids, and a micro smile that arrives a moment late, like her face reacted to her own thought about you. That second or third pass is intentional. She's not scanning the room, she's checking whether you're safe, attuned, and confident enough to take a gentle cue. If you catch that second look, don't stare her down. Mirror the softness. Tilt your head a few degrees, smile with your eyes, and hold for half a breath. She'll feel seen, not trapped. Fourth, notice the way she qualifies herself. Desire wants to be chosen, and when a woman wants to be chosen by you, she starts subtly auditioning for your values. She'll volunteer stories that align with things you've hinted you care about. She'll make a point to add, "I actually love early mornings," if you mention discipline, or, "I've been learning to cook at home," if you joked about eating out too much. That's not random biographical data. It's compatibility signaling. If you're paying attention, you'll hear the pattern. She's curating what she shares to fit the silhouette of a woman you'd pick. Reward that. Reflect a specific detail back to her. You wake up at 5 to write. That's a whole different level of intention. When you recognize her effort, you lower her anxiety and raise the intimacy. Fifth, track self-touch and grooming cues, but read them in context. Yes, playing with hair can be nervous energy. It can also be preening, an evolutionary display designed to draw your gaze. The tell is whether the gesture happens right after you enter the scene, intensifies when you lock eyes, or coincides with a posture shift that opens her neck or collarbone. If she's smoothing fabric, aligning jewelry, wetting lips, or tucking hair behind her ear while staying engaged with you, that's her body preparing to be seen by the specific man in front of her. Respond with warmth, not commentary. You don't need to point it out, simply hold frame and deepen the conversation. Make her feel safe being beautiful in your presence. 6. Listen to how her voice changes. Attraction softens tone, adds melody, and introduces a playful friction at the edge of certain words. She may speak a little slower, let silence breathe, or drop into a lower register when she asks you a question. That's not performance, it's relational tuning. People modulate their voice toward the person they want. If she's matching your cadence and letting moments hang because she wants you to fill them, she's inviting you into pace leadership. Accept gently. Tell a short story instead of firing off another question. Then pause, let the silence glow for 2 seconds, and see if she steps closer, physically or emotionally. 7th, the accidental touch that isn't. Polite society avoids unnecessary contact, desire engineers it. The brush of her knuckles against your forearm as she laughs, the way her knee finds yours under the table, the quick squeeze of your shoulder when she says hi again, these are small tests wrapped in plausible deniability. Your job isn't to pounce, it's to reciprocate at the same intensity. If her fingers graze your sleeve, you can gently touch the back of her hand for a beat as you hand her a drink or guide her around someone in a crowded space. Match pressure and duration. Read whether she re-establishes contact. If she does, the green light just brightened. 8. Pay attention to future tense. When desire is higher than comfort, she'll float small hooks into the future to see if you take them. I've been dying to try the new taco place. I need someone to rate my playlists. I'm terrible at choosing coffee beans. These aren't random remarks. They are invitations disguised as jokes. The mistake is smiling and letting them pass. The move is effortless specificity. Okay, rapid playlist audit, Tuesday evening. You bring the chaos, I'll bring the coffee that will change your life. Then shut up and hold eye contact. If she's been signaling, she'll say yes fast, or she'll qualify a schedule conflict while proposing an alternative. Both responses are interest. 9th, look for selective responsiveness in the digital world. If she watches your stories quickly, reacts to tiny, unimportant posts, or sends low-effort replies that still keep the conversation open, she's keeping the ember warm. If she's mirroring your texting tempo and returning your messages late at night with playful tone, that's not boredom. That's desire seeking a safe channel. But read the ratio. Huge paragraphs with zero logistics can be entertainment, not intention. Real interest wants a real plan. Offer 1. If she accepts without hesitation, the subtext becomes text. 10th, watch the staying power. Indifference exits early. Desire lingers. When she has 4 reasons to leave, Her friends are tugging her sleeve, the Uber is due, the venue is closing, and she's still in your orbit, stretching the last 5 minutes into 20. That's not an accident. That's her prioritizing chemistry over convenience. This is your cue to lead decisively but respectfully. I'm enjoying this way too much to cram it into closing time. Let's do this properly. Coffee Saturday, 11. If she's been signaling all night, she'll appreciate your clarity. Now, I want to draw a crucial boundary. Interest is not consent. Signals are invitations to engage, not permission to escalate. The most attractive men don't just read signs, they create safety. Safety doesn't mean timid. It means calibrated. You push as much as she pulls. You slow down as much as she speeds up. You demonstrate you can be excited by her without needing anything from her. Paradoxically, that steadiness amplifies desire. When she realizes you can handle her signals with grace, she sends stronger ones, because she trusts you'll read them. So how do you make your move without overthinking it? Start with an observation, not a compliment. Compliments put her on a pedestal. Observations put you on the same page. You have the kind of laugh people copy 5 minutes later. You're choosing your words like someone who debates for sport. You navigate a crowded room like a tour guide. Each line says, "I'm paying attention," which is the most flattering thing you can offer. Then add a micro challenge that's playful, not combative. Convince me that playlist doesn't have a single guilty pleasure. She'll light up because you're engaging the person, not just the appearance. What if you misread? It happens. The antidote is simple. Keep your ego out of it. If she doesn't reciprocate your energy, short answers, closed posture, no return look, smile, wrap it gracefully, and move on. Rejection is part of adult connection. What's not part of it is taking it personally or getting pushy. Ironically, men who can exit cleanly are the ones women feel safer re-engaging later. Your composure is a signal too. There's another subtle indicator men often overlook: relational curiosity. When desire is real, she wants to map you. She asks questions that aren't filler. How do you choose your friends? What would make a Saturday perfect for you? Who do you call when everything hits at once? She's testing for depth, not data. If she leans in here, give her something true. Not a confessional. A glimpse of your compass. I keep 2 promises to myself no matter how busy I get: training and cooking for the people I love. Your values are attractive when they're embodied, not advertised. And then there's mirroring. Humans mirror unconsciously when we want closeness. If you slow your speech, she slows. You lean on your left elbow, so does she. You smile halfway, she finishes it. Noticing mirroring is like learning a new sense. It's the body saying yes while the mouth maintains plausible deniability. If you want to test it, take a sip of your drink or shift your stance. If she follows within a few seconds, repeatedly, you're not imagining it. Her nervous system is aligning with yours. Here's a powerful truth: attraction is timing multiplied by tension. If you delay forever, the tension dies. If you rush, the tension snaps. The art is in allowing the moment to stretch just enough that anticipation builds. Let the silence have texture. Keep your voice smooth. Ask one question and actually listen. Then make a concrete plan. The move isn't, "We should hang sometime." The move is, "Wednesday, 7, the little place with the string lights. I'll text you a photo of the door." Specificity is leadership without pressure. Let's address the voice in your head that tries to sabotage all this. It says, "You're imagining things. She's just nice. Don't embarrass yourself." That voice is trying to keep you safe by keeping you small. The cure isn't bravado. It's discernment. Stack signals. Don't act on one data point. Act when 3 or more line up: the returning gaze, the intentional orbit, the qualifying talk, the playful touch, the lingering departure, the future tense hooks. When a few converge, you're not guessing, you're reading. And remember this: women appreciate men who notice. Being seen is a form of desire all by itself. When you reflect a precise detail, how she pauses before a joke, how she chooses adjectives like she's curating a gallery, you're telling her, you're not generic to me. That's intoxicating. That's what turns polite conversation into a charged connection. A quick word on environments. Signals are easier to misread in professional settings where friendliness is protocol. In those spaces, over-calibrate. Keep it light, respectful, and low stakes. If she's interested, she'll move the interaction out of the work frame, off hours, non-work topics, personal logistics, richer eye contact. If she doesn't, let it be. Romantic precision includes knowing when not to play. The last mistake I want to save you from is the slow fade you accidentally create. When a woman signals and you waffle, waiting days to follow up, texting without moving toward a plan, chattering without leadership, her interest cools. Not because she's fickle, but because desire needs momentum. You're not auditioning for perfect, you're auditioning for presence. Imperfect action beats perfect hesitation every time. If you felt it in the moment and she met you there, act within 24 to 48 hours. Keep it simple. Keep it fun. Keep it moving. Let me give you a simple framework to close the loop. Notice, name, navigate, next. Notice the stacked signals. Name the vibe lightly. This is too easy. It feels like we've done this before. Navigate with a plan. I'm grabbing street tacos Wednesday. Walk with me for 20 minutes so you can judge my order. Next, confirm logistics, then get out of the messages and into real life. You don't build chemistry in a chat window, you test it in shared air. If you've been the guy who missed signs in the past, forgive yourself. Most men are taught either to ignore subtlety or bulldoze past it. You're not going to do either anymore. You're going to read, respond, and respect. You're going to leave women feeling better for having met you, even when it doesn't turn into a date. That reputation travels. And the woman whose desire is more than she can say out loud, she'll pick up on your calibration instantly. She'll lean in. She'll signal again. And this time, you'll see it. So the next time you notice that temperature shift, the returning look, the intentional orbit, the little future hooks, and the way she lingers when the moment could end, trust what you're seeing. Meet her there with steady eyes and a relaxed presence. Make a plan that's simple and specific. And let both of you find out what you already felt: this wasn't an accident. It was two people choosing the same moment.